Right, it says you're now live. Hello, this is Stephen, and I am with... Hello, Nick.
Hello, Stephen. Happy Monday. Good to be back together.
It is. It most certainly is. Well, the clocks have changed, and that basically means it's going dark outside a lot faster than it used to. Right, okay, we're going live on Facebook and YouTube and on Amazon Live, and if I hit the preview button, I've got go live. Hopefully you've got the same, Nick.
Yep, I'm going live. And I have to say, that's a very nice picture.
Right, thank you. We're members of a National Trust, and that means we get to visit National Trust properties free of charge. And this is the Courts Garden, which is about 20 minutes away from us. And after we've done the park run, same weekend, we don't want to walk far, so we just drive to the Courts Garden and go for a walk. And that's it. That's the Courts Garden.
Cool.
Okay, now it's time that we appeared on camera. So 1, 2, and we should both appear on camera. There you are. Magic. Okay, now I've got a new arrangement for the cameras this week. What I've done is I've stacked, it looks a bit wobbly, but it seems if I don't touch it, it'll be okay. I've stacked the Brio on top of the Nexigo.
Oh, blimey.
So I can look at one camera and be seen by both. That's the theory anyway.
I love it.
It is a little bit wobbly. I need a way of actually fixing it. We'll say that's our first viewer on Amazon Live and our first viewer on Facebook too at the same time. And he's saying hi too. And I'm going to guess and say hi, Corinda. What do you think?
I reckon that does sound like Corinda to me.
That does sound like Corinda. Okay, so now just to let you know, we do have in operation today the BeLive snake, and the competition will start now because I have decided that I am going to appear on the snake. So I've got one up on Nick, so I've got tab open. Yeah. So and over to Corinda. Yes, it's Corinda. I'm guessing Nick got a new camera. It's Corinda. Yeah.
No. I've got a tried and trusted old camera, Corinda, today.
Yeah. Where are you, Corinda? Because I'm just getting Facebook user. We're not live in a group as far as I know.
Oh.
Okay. No, we're live on my profile. We're live on we're live on the Live Video Hub. We're live on YouTube, and we're live on 2 Amazon pages. But that's it. My name is not Nexigo, so I'll take that off. Okay, I mean, if I put your name on, it would actually say the right thing. It would say Nick Wood. Okay. Stream Elements has woken up, so they are on the bot.
Stream Elements bot.
This is interesting. Just a minute. Let's just check something because we're in the throes of getting going. Yeah. I've got your carousel through, but I don't have my carousel through. That's
a bit weird and wonderful.
It is. Well, that's going to make life interesting, isn't it? If we don't have the carousel, but you've got this proves the point that we're talking about earlier today. The fact that you do have my items in your carousel means that even though they haven't shown up here, I've got your items. So I'm going to show that in the stream. Yeah, there's your beautiful Mevo.
No.
Yeah, and if I go through, yeah, it's all working.
Yeah, that's all my.
That's all your gear.
Yeah.
But if we go the other way,
that is yours.
Nope. That looks decidedly familiar.
That's yours.
So there's that.
Yay.
Just making sure we've got everything. So yeah, we've got a few things anyway. Okay.
Enough
So
to talk about. That's amazing.
yeah.
And interestingly, I want to say thank you. Amazon customer started following. Don't know who you are, because I think that's something. I think Amazon might be a little Amazon glitch going on as well today. So
Yeah.
we don't let that bother us.
Okay. No, we don't. We don't. Right. So I suppose it's about time to start the show. And if I bring in, should we have a quiz?
Oh, go on. It's a Monday. Why not?
Okay. We have a quiz because it's Monday and it's a movie quiz. And basically it's multiple choice questions, and we do need your help. We really do need your help because, well, it depends what topic Nick picks. So let's put that full screen.
I was going to say, yeah, you need it full screen. Otherwise, otherwise we're going
Right.
to be...
Okay. So there are the topics.
Ooh. Okay.
So I'm going to read them out as well. So general, awards, characters, connections, directors, Disney, we've been there, James Bond, matches, quotes, titles, plots, soundtrack, specials, Star Wars, superheroes, taglines, and word clouds.
Ooh.
So
how about we go with specials? Have we had a special before?
I don't think so. Specials, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it's a special quiz, and we then get to pick a topic, and those are the topics.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, so Alfred Hitchcock, Charlie Chaplin, Die Hard, Harry Potter, Indiana Jones, Jason Bourne,
Okay.
Monty Python. You want to go with?
What about Monty Python? Did you say Monty Python? Go for it.
Monty Python movies. Okay, let's go. Right. How well do you...
Just so we can say, not the Messiah is a very naughty boy.
How well do you know the Monty Python movies, Meaning of Life, and Now for Something Completely Different, Holy Grail, and The Life of Brian? We're about to find out. We're going to play the quiz, and what will happen is that I will read the question, and whilst we're thinking of the answer, Nick will show a product, and then we've gone to the next question. Nick will read the question, and I will show a product. That's the way we roll.
Sounds good to me.
Here we go. And we may or may not regret this, but let's go. In a famous quote from Monty Python's Life of Brian, what does Brian's mother say when an enormous crowd gathers outside their house? He's not a messiah, he's a very naughty boy. Thank you for that. A very naughty boy, a bicycle repairman, or a cheesemaker. It could, if I take that off. Yeah, you're watching Lights, Camera, Action with Nick and Stephen. We'll be with you in a minute. I just want to take that off. And if I find the quiz, yeah, I think we're there. Nick, do you have something to show us?
I do. We're going to kick off today with a lovely entry.
Wrong man. It's a minute. Need a different camera. Right. Okay. All yours, Nick.
I
want to start.
Gosh, I suddenly got very handsome there, and I didn't quite understand why. Yes, we're kicking off with this lovely entry-level live streaming camera. It is the Nexigo N930E, and it is a great start if you want to upgrade your video and your audio, because we can always do this sort of thing on our laptops or on our desktops with built-in videos and built-in audios, but we like to go a little bit better, a little bit further. So we like to have an enhancement to our video and our audio. So this is a great little webcam. It's got a standard tripod mount, so you can mount it on a tripod, so it can be rock solid and nice and firm. You don't want a moving camera, but also we can sit it quite happily on our displays, so we can have it on our monitors, and that will sit quite nicely. But what I love about this is that, as well as shooting in 1080 high definition, which we can't see at the moment because we're on Amazon, so on 720 standard definition, it's also got a couple of cracking little features. Now, the first one is we can actually rotate it 360 degrees. It's sitting on a little ball, so we can move it backwards and forwards, side to side, and that's really good if we want to, we want to make sure we got the right angle of our camera so we can look fantastic on screen. Now it's also got this built-in microphone here, and it's not any old built-in microphone. It's actually a noise cancelling microphone. So if you've got noisy neighbors, cats and dogs, kids, then that's an excellent thing. You've got a nice little built-in noise cancelling microphone. It's also got this lovely little safety feature. I know many people are a bit worried if they've plugged their webcam into their computer and they're thinking, I might get hacked and people can see what's in my room. Well, you're not going to see a lot in this room, I'll be honest. Just a green screen and my bass guitar. But we've got this lovely little shutter, so we can just stick that on, and it comes with two, so we can stick one on, keep one for spare, and yeah, it goes absolutely black. So as I say, it's got this 1080 high definition camera, and we can also download the software that comes with it, and that gives us control over lighting, exposure, color, hue, contrast, white balance, all those things. And also it allows us to save them. So we've got presets. So if I'm using it in the kitchen, I've got one setting. If I'm using it here in the office, I've got another setting. But my favorite bit is this. It is the built-in ring light. And that is what the game changer is, because we're on video and we want to be well lit. So you can imagine here, I've got a box light there, I've got a ring light, I've got the Lightroglow there, and a newer dimmable there. So I've got a lot of light. Don't tell my wife, our electricity bill is going to be enormous. But now we also have this here as well. So if you haven't got all those lights, at least you can go live stream or just use your webcam, and you're going to be beautifully well lit. So you're going to look good on camera. And let's be honest, if you're going to be on camera, you want to look good, because you wouldn't go on camera otherwise. But yeah, so if you're going to be live streaming or just using it as a webcam, is superb. And if you're just using it for Zoom meetings, team meetings, Google Hangouts, at least everyone's going to see you. And if all your peers are going to be using their, or colleagues are going to be using their Zooms and rubbishy backlighted backdrops, then you're going to look absolutely amazing with this. And it is an absolute bargain. I'm not sure what it is in the carousel right now. How much is it? It is
$59.99.
$59.99. Thank you, Stephen. I've just lost my carousel. So yeah, so a great price for an entry-level little stream cam. And I said, I've had it for a couple of months now, and I really do like it. So great little product.
Okay. Let's appear back on camera. Okay, so we're back all on camera. There's it is. Oh, hang on. I've got a different price to you.
Oh, you have?
I have.
Hey,
and
click Stevens.
Sorry?
click Stevens link. It's cheaper.
No, it's not. I'm going to hide that. That's weird.
Oh, yeah. Mine's saying $59.99 in my carousel.
Yeah, we've got to hide that. Okay, so the prices on the carousel are not accurate. Okay, so we're going to steer clear of that. It is $59.99. Our apologies for that. We won't show the carousel unless that's the carousel from last time, which is always possible.
Oh, could be.
Could be. It could be the carousel from last time. Anyway, back to the quiz. Let's go back to the quiz. And if you can help us, if you know the answer, please do type it on Amazon, and we can show your comment on screen. You'll join the snake, and you'll be appearing in our live video and in the recording too. Okay, so question 1. In a famous quote from Monty Python's Life of Brian, what does Brian's mother say when an enormous crowd gathers outside their house? He's not the Messiah, he's a
very naughty boy.
I think Nick's given the most subtle of hints there. He's a very naughty boy. Okay. Question number 2, Nick, over to you.
No problem. Okay, sorry, and I'm going to be giggling now all the rest of the show. In Monty Python's Life of Brian, the character Pontius Pilate, played by Michael Palin, has a speech impediment regarding which letter of the alphabet. Is it S, T, R, or C? So Pontius Pilate, played by Michael Palin, has a speech impediment regarding which letter of the alphabet. And while you're pondering that and maybe reminiscing over some of the rather amusing things that he said, then Stephen, what have we got in the carousel for you?
I think the Monty Python films was a very good choice. Okay, down in the carousel now, and I'm just going to zip along. And thank you for watching us on Amazon Live. We do appreciate you spending part of your day with us. And we're going to talk about this, which is a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is the top Android phone this year. This is the flagship phone from Samsung, and I'm very pleased to actually have one. And if it recognizes my thumbprint, you can actually not see it on camera again. We've had problems actually with mobile phone displays, but it is basically the best camera and mobile phone that Samsung have ever produced. Okay, let's start off with the camera. Okay, on the back of the phone, you have a series of lenses. 108 megapixel is the main lens. Then you've got 3 times zoom, 10 times zoom. Now, if I just switch Nick's camera off for a moment and I go over here, I can show you, if I bring this on screen and take myself off solo, and we'll just hide the quiz for a moment. This is a photograph taken with the camera this weekend, and this is the Quartz Garden in Wiltshire. It's round about 20 minutes from where we live, and I went out and about yesterday, so this photograph is very recent. This photograph was taken with this camera. Now it's 108, and the front-facing camera is 40. It has a long battery life. You can recharge it quickly. If you use one of the chargers that's down in my carousel, then you can recharge it. But the main thing I want to say right at this moment is I featured this item today for the very simple reason that the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra is 17% off today. Ooh. Now, for many items, that would not make a big difference. But in the terms of the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, it means it's $200 off if you click the link in the carousel today. This is the best mobile phone I've ever had. Okay. And quite simply, if I go here, and this may or may not work, I'm warning about this. Everything that happens on here today, this may or may not work. So let's go to here. And I'm going to share my screen with you in a minute. Just give me a second while I go down here and go here and click on there, nearly there, and there we are. We're actually live. I'm trying to put it so, just a minute. Need to make an adjustment, I think. Just give me a second. This will work. I'm sure it will. Okay. Might have to turn all the lights out. We're actually live. We're actually live on Facebook at the moment. It has. This is great for taking video as well. It's got a stabilizer built in, which means that when you're taking video, the biggest problem you have is you're moving up and down. Whether you notice or not, your hand is moving up and down. So if you want to shoot a video, your camera will move up and down. The way to stop that is to have a stabilizer in the camera. And the S22 Ultra has got just that. You can make and take phone calls with it. It's unlocked by Samsung, which means that you can take SIM cards from your favorite carrier, and it's dual SIM, so you can have 2 SIM cards, 2 lots of phone numbers, 2 lots of texts, and twice as much fun with the phone. But the whole thing is that it's Android, and all the Android apps simply work out the box, and you're getting the best quality picture that there's ever been. It's great. I use this basically of a morning, 11:30. I go out the door, I walk for 90 minutes. I listen to rock music from Amazon Music whilst I'm walking, makes me go faster. And with the earbuds, which I'll show you in a moment, they're just charging. So Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra is my mobile phone of choice, and it takes the most amazing photographs. Okay, so let's come back and switch Nick's camera on and go there. Right, I need to bring the quiz back, don't I?
Oh, yes.
Right. So the quiz.
back to the quiz. And the question was, and if you do know the answer, please do pop it in the comments. The question was, in Monty Python's Life of Brian, the character Pontius Pilate, played by Michael Palin, has a speech impediment regarding which letter of the alphabet? Was it S, T, R, or C?
Ah, now then. Yeah, I'm going to go with R.
Yes, I think so. Willis
Right.
Wadwick.
Okay. Okay, so let's go over here and press R. And that is correct. So we're getting 2 out of 2. Question number 3. In Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Arthur and his followers are initially refused passage by the knights who say what? Was it these these are chemical symbols. C-U-B, Ra, or Ni. So we're smiling at the particular sequence in the film at the moment. Whilst we're thinking about that, Nick, do you have something to show us?
I do. I do. I better find it in the carousel. It is the amazing Logitech Mevo Start. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a wireless live stream camera, but so much more besides. It is a wireless camera, but also it's an outside broadcasting studio. It is incredible. Why do we need a wireless live stream camera? Well, that means we can actually go to where the story is, so we don't have to sit and wait for it to come to us. We can actually go and see it. And these are super popular for live streaming church services, for live streaming children's baseball games, soccer games, football games, any sports games. In fact, also live streaming graduations, live streaming concerts, because we can just go out and live stream. The brilliance is that it's not just as if you're going to go use it on your phone. Like, you can do that, but with this live stream camera, we can live stream to multiple locations all at the same time. So we can live stream to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Vimeo, LinkedIn, and anywhere else we want to, because it's actually got RTMP, real-time messaging protocol. That's the same thing that which allows us to live stream using BeLive into Amazon. So we've got all those options. So this means that we can actually live stream on our websites, blogs, in fact, anywhere that someone gives you permission. And I know a lot of people, a lot of people love social media, but I know there's a lot of people which have family blogs, and so actually you can live stream your kids' sports or anything to the family vlog. So blog. That's really cool. Now it's got a 6-hour battery life, and I've tested that to the nth degree, which is fantastic. It's got a 3-mem microphone in the top here, and that gives off great quality audio. It's also at the back here, it's got the little lights where you switch it on and off, but also a 3.5mm jack socket for putting in your lapel microphone. Now, do not get caught out like someone I know yesterday who plugged in his microphone, chatted away, just assuming that it was all good, went to do the edit, and there was no sound at all. You need the little adapter. So there's 2 types of jack. So you make sure you got your little, I can't remember what it's called, Stephen, but
this is called a widget, and it goes from USB-C to 3.5mm.
Oh,
no,
hang on. Actually, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to demonstrate this.
Okay.
This could go horribly wrong. I'm going to change my microphone. Okay, let me change my microphone. I'm going to switch over, because at the moment I'm on the Purple Panda, and I'm going to move it over to the HD Pro webcam, so I can actually show you what it is.
Okay.
Because I would hate you to fall foul of this as I did. So this is the normal. It's like a 1, 2, 3 element jack. You need one which is 1, 2 elements, and so this was when I bought the Purple Panda. click it in there, and then you pop that one in. Then, because you're sensible, you then go into the app, because it's all controlled by an app on your phone. And in the audio setting, you will see it says AUX. So, and after you see AUX, you're good to go. So, yeah, be careful. I just thought, oh yeah, little jack, no problem at all. So yeah, so top tip. It's also got a USB-C to USB cable, so it actually can become a wired webcam as well. But the really cool bit is that we can pop a little SD card in the bottom there, and I've got a 128 gigabyte SD card, and that gives me 14 hours of recording of 1080 high definition video. Because while you're live streaming, it's going to take, with that SD card, it's going to take a 1080 high definition recording of your live stream directly from the camera, so you know you've got a beautiful recording no matter what. Because when we're out and about, what we cannot control is our bandwidth, and if you're using either your cell phone data or a Wi-Fi hotspot, either one you can use, might be other people there pinging the same tower or fighting over that bandwidth, and it might affect your live stream. But if it does, don't worry, you are covered, because you've got a brilliant recording in there. Now, it's got a Sony f2.8 lens with a processor which reduces distortion. It also comes with a standard standard tripod mount, but also this little silver thing here, you can unscrew that then becomes a standard microphone mount. And the way it's designed is really clever. You've got a 6-hour battery. It can get a little warm. It's designed so that heat is dissipated through this bottom bit, and if you put it onto a little metal tripod, then the heat will just dissipate all the way down and through. They thought of all these things. It's amazing. Now, you can also buy a pack of 3 for a much larger discount. And I'll be honest, if I'd actually known how good this camera was, I would have bought a pack of 3 at the same time. It is absolutely brilliant. It's controlled through an app on your phone, which I won't show you today, but yeah, you just pick it on, and then we can control everything. We can zoom in, zoom out, we can put overlays, we can put countdown timers, control absolutely everything. Unfortunately, I was busy playing with it yesterday, and I was saying to Stephen earlier, I hadn't got it reconfigured properly in order to actually use it on the show today. So you just have to trust me on that one.
Oh, well, we will.
But yeah,
Definitely.
fantastic camera, absolutely brilliant.
Well, definitely. I'm just sorting things out. Okay, now, thing is, I've got a surprise item in the carousel today.
Ooh.
And I've put it there for a reason. It's nothing to do with the show, but it is amazing the number of people, because you've got the cooking show, which is why I'm raising it. The number of people are actually buying air fryers at the moment.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I mean, we bought the Tower one that's down in the carousel, my carousel at the moment. Sorry to throw this at you. And it basically, it's a lot easier to use than putting the oven on. We've got a George Foreman grill, and the George Foreman grill is in retirement now. Yeah, it's been set aside because we don't use it. I mean, we cooked a pork joint last night, perfect.
Ooh,
and next to the
nice.
steamer, all the vegetables were in the steamer, and the pork joint was in the Tower, and it just, yeah, there are basically, it's so easy to use because Angelica's got these charts which give you the cooking times. Yeah, so temperature and cooking time. So something you put in the oven at 190 goes into the Tower at 150, and it takes half the time. Yeah.
Wow.
The only extra thing you've got to do halfway through is turn it over. Yeah. So instead of cooking for 2 hours, it cooked for an hour and 12 minutes. Absolutely brilliant. So
that's good. That's good. I know actually my sister has an air fryer, and she was busy extolling its virtues to me the other day.
Yeah, I mean, it's cheaper to run than the oven. It's easier to clean than the oven because all the everything is contained.
Oven cleaning.
Yeah. And all you need to do is set the timer and set the temperature. There's nothing high tech about this. Time and temperature, and you're away, and it actually cooks it. I mean, I was left to my own devices. The day we got it, Angelica had to go out to a meeting. So I got the opportunity to actually cook my favorite cheeseburgers. And I basically just put the cheeseburgers into the tower for 10 minutes, and that was it. Done. Yeah.
Wow.
So, right. Okay. That's by way of diversion. But if you're looking for an air fryer, then the tower is. Angelica and I recommend it. Okay. Back to question 3 then. In Monty Python. Right. In Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Arthur and his followers are initially refused passage by knights who say what? Knee.
Knee.
The knights who say knee. Okay, so we're going to go. And if you want to help us in any of these questions, please do. Just type your answer into the comments on Amazon as we go for knee, and hope it's right.
Yay. Well done.
Okay. Question 4.
Okay. Question 4. Okay, so in Monty Python's Life of Brian, who played Brian's mother, Mandy? Was it Eric Idle, John Cleese, Michael Palin, or Terry Jones? And if you know the answer, please do pop it in the comments. And if you know the answer, you're probably sitting here giggling like Stephen and I are. So, Stephen, apart from your air dryer, what else?
Air fryer, yes.
What else do you have? Air fryer, yeah, air dryer. Sorry, air fryer. What else do you have in your carousel?
Right, we're going to go back on topic. You're actually watching the Nexigo N970p now, which is down the carousel, 189.99. Now, I got this camera because of Nick. Basically, Nick showed you a Nexigo camera a little while ago, and this is its big brother. And I saw Nick's been talking about Nexigo for ages, and I'm so impressed by what it actually does that I went to look at the Nexigo range of cameras, and I saw this. Now, this is actually a conference camera, but it also works perfectly for one person. But if you had 3 people on screen, then it would show the 3 of you automatically because it's got face recognition. So if there were 5 of you on screen, it would show all 5 of you automatically because it's got face recognition. So it's an ideal conference camera because what you've got, you can have 5 people on screen. You can zoom into one person if you wish because you have a remote control. Okay, so it's not driven by software. You can actually use the remote control, put 2 batteries in the back, and that's it. Now, with the remote control, you can have 10 presets. And to set a preset, you just click the set preset button and click a number. That's it, it's done. So if I go to number 2, then it will zoom out and you can see all of my office. Now, you probably straight away say, well, that's why you've got a brick wall behind you. You've got the books on that side. You've got the Samsung all-in-one PC on that side and a souvenir from Japan. You can see my Lamical stand down here, 2 of them. You can see my mobile phone. You can see this, which I'll talk about in the show tomorrow. This is a cable tidy, and I've got hundreds of cables, and this is what I use to actually tie them up. But back to the camera, I can go back to me just by pressing one button. And I just love the quality and clarity of this picture. Now, I should say that Nexigo are an American company. They're based just outside Seattle, and they were, until 2020, they were retailers of electronic equipment, including broadcasting equipment. And they saw a gap in the market for cameras, and there are now 15 cameras in the Nexigo range, and this is towards the top of that range. And it is a very high spec camera. It is 4K, which means you can broadcast in 4K. If you buy this camera, you take OBS, you add this camera to OBS, you change the resolution to 4K, and you go to YouTube, you can broadcast in 4K today. 4K is the future. This is why, second reason I got the camera, 4K is the future of broadcasting. At the moment, we've got 720, which, as Nick said earlier, we're broadcasting to you now, 1080, which is high definition, and then 4K is through the roof. Now, if you see the quality of a broadcast on YouTube with a 4K camera, you can tell the difference straight away. It is amazing, the quality, because the more pixels there are, then the clearer the picture. And as Nick has said, and I agree totally, we've got to get ready for this, okay? Because before you go on a 4K camera, you've got to have a shave. Yeah, it has to be. You've got to. Yeah, if you want to have professional appearance on a 4K camera, then you've got to take care of how you look. And now is the time to practice. Now is the time. We're ahead of the game with a 4K camera. We're ahead of the game. If we're broadcasting from our browsers, we can't use it. But if you use OBS or vMix or XSplit Broadcaster, you can broadcast out in 4K. The number of places that accept 4K is increasing all the time. And you can record locally. You can record your business videos locally in 4K, which means that when you send them out, people are going to be wowed, okay? Because you can store 4K video on Vimeo or similar sites. I'm not advertising for Vimeo, but you can create high quality 4K videos using the Nexigo. In addition to that, as I said earlier, the Nexigo is a conference camera which can show one person, 3 people, or 5 people without me having to move. And without me having to move, I can go like this, and I can zoom out, and I can go to the right-hand side, I can go to the left-hand side, and I can come back to me, all at the click of a button. And because I've got this, I'm in control. And that's what you want to be with any camera that you buy, whether it's a Nexigo or another make, then make sure you have a way of controlling either by the software or by the remote control. Remote control is a lot better because I can just go that way, slowly. I can go that way, slowly. I can go down. I can go back up. You can have hours of fun with this. I just want to get back to where I was. I need to press number 1. Okay, so we're back to where we were. But the Nexigo is an American camera. And Nexigo have a range of 15 cameras. Click the link in the carousel to find out more. It is $189.99. It's on a par with a lot of 4K cameras. 4K is the future. Now is the time to invest. Get to know the camera. Get to know what it's like to broadcast in 4K. And with that, I'm going to take myself off solo and come back into the studio with Nick. Okay, how was the park run this weekend?
Oh, it was fantastic. It was, I didn't run it. I marshaled again. And I was down at the canal, and yeah, it was beautiful. Oh, it was a crazy day because the sun was shining, then it sort of clouded over, rain tipped it down, and then by the end of it, well, for some people, by the end of it, it was sunny again. So I think it was perfect for the fast runners. The rain came at the right time for them. But yeah, it was amazing. Lots of people in fancy dress because of Halloween. That was that's always good to see. And so there were some Halloween cakes at the finish as well. So it was all very good.
Yeah, I mean the coffee and the tea and the cake and all organised by volunteers. Absolutely brilliant. And this last week, Agatha got personal best.
Oh, well done.
Brilliant. And I thought, right, what I'm going to do, I knew that the park walker is capable of 26 minutes. Yeah. So I thought, if I walk with her, then she'll push me and I will go faster. Not 26 minutes, but I did go faster.
That's mighty fast walking. Some would even call that running, Stephen.
True. Right. Okay. So back to the question, Nick.
Yes. So back to Monty Python's Life of Brian. Who played Brian's mother, Mandy? Was it Eric Idle? Was it John Cleese, Michael Palin, or Terry Jones? They all played multiple parts, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. And was your emphasis then on Terry Jones?
It was indeed, yes.
Okay, I'm going to go with that emphasis, and we're going to go. And again, if you want to play along, all you need to do is to type the answer. If your knowledge of Monty Python's films is good, then type the answer. If it's not, then hopefully we can help you get into the best of the Monty Python films. Okay, question 5. Which song is performed in the last scene of Monty Python's Life of Brian? Is it goodness me. Hava Nagila, the lumberjack song, Always Look on the Bright Side of Life, or Romans Go Home. Now you think of two of those and you're immediately smiling.
Yeah.
Immediately smiling. You can't help it. Okay, whilst we're still smiling, Nick, it's over to you.
I'll tell you what, there's something else that I can't help smile at as well, and that is up in the carousel now, and it is this, my beautiful Blue Yeti, which I'm just about to haul everything off the desk to show you. Yeah, this is it. This is what a microphone should look like, and hopefully you'll have actually noticed maybe that I now sound a little bit different because I'm actually using the Blue Yeti right now.
Yep.
So let's have a little look at what we got here. So it's a 3 condenser microphone. We've got some lovely little settings we can use. So we can have it cardioid, which is like one directional. We can have it bi-directional. So if you had someone sitting opposite, that would be good. And as you see, I've got it on cardioid, and you can see now if I turn it around, I go a little bit quieter. Also, we have omnidirectional, so we can pick up sound from everyone. So if we were recording a conference, for example, all sitting around the table, then we could have that on. It's also got stereo, so we can walk from one side of the room to the other, and you will pick us up in your stereo speaker system going from one ear to the other. That might be a little bit off-putting, but don't worry about it. Now, it is super simple to start. You just pop your cable in, goes into a USB, into the back of your Mac, PC, laptop. It will be recognized, and you'll be able to go pretty much straight out of the tin. I'm just going to tighten it up a bit. Now, what I always say to people is when you first set it up, you've got your gain dial here. Go into your computer's settings and go to microphone settings and just play around with the gain until you get it to sound as you want it. It's very sensitive. In fact, if I had the gain all the way up, then you'd probably hear if the Mac's fan kicked in, you would probably hear that as well. So it's very sensitive, very good though. Now on the other side here we have the all-important pause button. So if you're going to do a big sneeze or going to say something rude, hit the pause button, but remember to press it again. So to take yourself off pause. We have all been there and actually then been chatting away a bit like I was yesterday with no microphone, no sound. And if you live stream, and particularly if you live stream on Amazon, that'll just get you thrown off in a trice. It's also got a volume. So this is for if you're going to pop your headphones in here. You've got a little headphone socket, little jack. So you can pop your headphones in, use the volume so you can hear yourself through the Yeti. Now, also at the bottom here, we got this little standard microphone mount for a microphone stand. Obviously, I have it on my desk stand, so it's got a nice little cushioned bottom, so you're not going to get any vibration with the Yeti either. Now, it doesn't come with the little mouth guard, but they are in the carousel as well. They're only a few dollars, but well worth having. It is a thing of great beauty, but I thought it was good, and then our good friends at Logitech decided to make it even better. And so now with your Blue Yeti, you can use some software called the G Hub, and that, hopefully this will work, that allows you to have a little bit of fun. So let me hope that if I press reset, whether that's going to make any difference whatsoever. I don't think it has.
I'm pretty quiet.
Pretty quiet? Okay. Okay, well, that's not working such a good demonstration as I was hoping. But yeah, you can play around with how you sound and really dial in what you want to sound like. You also have a sampler as well, so yeah, it means you've got some sound effects. I'll just play the one because it's so it's an air horn. Like that. So you've got lots of different sound effects as well as you can play around and make your voice either distorted or more volume, you can have it deeper, you can change your pitch, all sorts of things. But it's a brilliant microphone. I absolutely love it, and I've had it for many years now. I'd actually always like to give them a good shout out My very first video guru, lovely man, Ben Brophy, introduced me to the Blue Yeti, and it's super cool. And that is exactly it. That is perfect. Thank you, Stephen. That is what we get from the G Hub. So as you can see, you've got presets. You can change the voices. Oh, you've got an extra bit, NVIDIA. That's cool.
Okay.
So that's where you go and change your. So you've got microphone effects, and then you've got samples as well. So more than just a beautiful microphone. Absolutely incredible. And in the carousel, it's on a 20% discount. So it's $103.69 in my carousel. And
it's exactly the same in my carousel as well.
That's handy.
We're actually in tune on that one. So
that is a relief, a great relief.
It is. So I can stop sharing that. Okay, and go side by side again. And then we'll bring in this, which is a quiz. Okay, so we found it. Okay, so to repeat the question then, question 5 of 10. Which song is performed in the last scene of Monty Python's Life of Brian? Is it Hava Nagila, the Lumberjack song, Always Look on the Bright Side of Life, or Romans Go Home?
Oh, that timeless classic.
Yeah. Okay, so which timeless classic song are you going to go for, Nick?
I'm going to go with Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. I can't whistle. I can't sing, to be honest.
Well played. No worries about that. Question 6.
Okay, question 6. Oh, here's a good one. In Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Arthur uses what kind of weapon to kill an animal that prevents him from entering the cave of Caer Banog? Is it the blessed bazooka of Antioch, the holy hand grenade of Antioch, the sacred stun gun of Antioch, or the divine dagger of Antioch? And if you know the question, hey, hi, Muskan. If you do know the question, please do drop us a note in the comments, and hopefully you'll get the right answer. If you don't know the question, don't know the answer, we'll probably tell you in a minute.
We'll try our best. And Muskan, thank you. Much appreciated. Right, now, what I've got to do now is I'm going to find the right camera. Just a minute. Okay, we have found the right camera. Okay, this is down the carousel. This is the Logitech Brio. And today, before I actually start talking about Logitech Brio, it's $129.04, which is 14% off. So if you click link in the carousel, you find more information and you get a 14% discount if you buy it after this broadcast. Now, Logitech. Alexa, who are Logitech?
Logitech International SA is a Swiss-American multinational manufacturer of computer peripherals and software, with headquarters in Lausanne, Switzerland, and Newark, California.
Alexa, stop. You see, the thing about my saying the word ALEXA is that Nick's ALEXA responds as well. And not only that, in the room next to me, another Alexa was talking, but she couldn't understand what I was saying totally. Whoa. Okay. Anyway, bottom line of that is that Logitech are based in Newark in California. They're a Swiss-American company. They've been manufacturing webcams since forever. I mean, the one that I've got looking down at now, the Brio, is just over 2 years old. And I got it because I was interested in 4K cameras. Okay. Logitech were the first to get there. And 4K camera can do 720, which is what we're doing now. It can, which is DVD. It can do 1080, which is high definition, and it can do 4K. Brio has twin noise cancelling microphones, which is important. If you're looking for any camera or any microphone, you want noise cancellation to be a feature. Because if you're on a Zoom call and your dog barks and you don't have noise cancellation on, everybody will hear the dog. Whilst it's your favorite pet, it might not be everybody's, and you don't want the dog to appear on your live videos. So noise cancellation is key. Now, as far as the camera itself is concerned, it has well, if I show you here, it has a 90-degree field of view. Okay, this is a Samsung Galaxy S22, showed you earlier. We're live on Facebook. If I click here, I've been trying to get this to work since the start of the program. Okay, we're actually, unless there's not good representation, we're actually live on Amazon Live at the moment. It's going darker outside, so the picture's getting better. It's got 90 degrees. It can go tighter at 78 and tighter at 65. So let's show you what that means. Whenever you get a camera, whenever you buy a new camera, do download the software, because if you don't, then you don't have control of the camera and you're only using about 10% of what it can do. If I've got the software loaded on my desktop at the moment, go to logitech.com. It's called Logitech Capture. Logitech Capture, download it, and then you can do this. Zoom out once, zoom out twice, and stay at 90 degrees. I'm going to zoom out a bit more. And you can now see this is my office, and it's quite an office, isn't it? Behind me, I've got a photography backdrop, which is on a T-stand. Both are down in the carousel. I've got the Phototech green screen. That's down in the carousel as well. Okay, but this is the software. And this is basically the default setting. If you don't have any software, you will look like this on camera. Now, there's no problem with that. I know a lot of people who actually broadcast like this on Zoom, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and Amazon Live. That's because they've not got the software. If you get the software, then you can press 1, 2, 3 buttons, and you move sideways a bit. Not that way. Move sideways that way. Okay. And you can be in total control of how you look on screen. That's what it's all about. You want to have headroom. You want to be in the center of the screen. You don't want to move about too much. But the Brio is, well, Logitech, brilliant brand. Great reputation, Swiss-American company. It can do all the things that I've just shown you. The software I've shown you is Logitech Capture, works with every Logitech camera apart from the Mevo, which Nick showed us earlier, because Mevo's totally separate and special. And it's a beautiful camera, as Nick said earlier. But in terms of cost, the Brio, well, I've got to say it's the Brio today, with the discount it's got, and let's just confirm the discount, because if you click the link in the carousel, you can find out more about it. Discount today is 14% off. It's 129.04, which is less than I paid for it, but I've had 2 years use out of mine. I've got a Logitech camera which is 7 years old, so in terms of build quality, Logitech have got it right. In terms of innovation, it's everything you want in a web camera. You can go live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and on Amazon Live using this camera and look good. And that's what it's all about. So back to the quiz. If I can find the right camera to switch off in a minute. Let's put the quiz full screen. Let's go here. I've actually got 2 of me.
Oh,
this is no good. But
2
the thing
Stevens, that's cool.
Well, I just wanted to show how I've done this, because basically I've got 2 cameras and I am looking at the camera in both of them. Okay, that's because what I've done, we saw the Nexigo camera earlier, and now we just talked about the Brio. I've put the Brio on top of the Nexigo, because the Nexigo is 8 inches wide. Okay, so you can sit another camera on top of it, and I can look. The lenses are stacked, and I can look up, and it looks as though I'm looking at you. And that's the trick to being effective on live video, is to look at the camera. Don't look at your screen, look at the camera. And now I can look at 2 cameras at the same time. Right, that's a long-winded way of saying, is question number 6, Nick.
Cool. So question number 6, I will have to look at the screen. In Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Arthur uses what kind of weapon to kill an animal that prevents him from entering the cave of Cairn Banog? I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. Anyway, is it the Blessed Bazooka of Antioch? Is it the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch? Is it the Sacred Stun Gun of Antioch? Or is it the Divine Dagger of Antioch?
Right. My knowledge of Monty Python is reasonable, so I'm going to go with the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch.
I think that's absolutely right.
Okay, that was a 6th sense. Okay, And we've got 6 out of 6 so far. Right. Okay. Now, question. Who co-directed Monty Python and the Holy Grail and solely directed The Life of Brian and Monty Python's The Meaning of Life? Was it Terry Gilliam, John Cleese, Eric Idle, or Terry Jones? Now, whilst we're thinking about that, Nick, what's in your carousel?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I've got to admit, I have to think about that one. And while I think, I'm going to pop that in the carousel. It is. We've mentioned her before. I don't know if it's not her, is it? But I have an Echo Dot. This is the Echo Dot 4th gen, and these 4th gens, the Echo Dot actually does look like a dot, as opposed to a puck. Yes, there are so many things you can do with an Echo Dot. They are fantastic. Once you have one, you can control so many different things. You can control your heating, your lighting, your life. These are brilliant. I'll be honest, when they first came out, I wasn't too sure, but the more you use them, the best they are. Now, I could tell you all about the Echo Dot and what Alexa can do, or I can ask her myself and say, hey, Alexa, what can you do?
I have a lot to offer. You can say, Alexa, when am I free this afternoon? What languages can you translate? Or sing a country song.
Shall we? Oh, actually, no, I won't want to sing a country song because we're on Facebook. And just in case, we were doing some rapping about science last week, which was pretty cool. But just in case, we won't do that today. But what we can do with Alexa is we can say, I'm not sure whether you're going to see this now because I've got so many lights on. Alexa, office light purple.
Okay.
You might have just seen a very discreet little change there. It's so bright. So I've got one of these TP-Link Tapo light bulbs in the light above, and it is controlled by Alexa. Now we can also get smart plugs as well. We can control pretty much everything from our heating to lamps. We can even tell Alexa to set our TVs to play Amazon Prime. We can set them up to do routines. So I can have Alexa wake me up in the morning, say, hi, Nick. And this is exactly what she does. And says, today's weather is going to be whatever the day's weather is going to be. And say, once you start using them, they are really good. Now, the 4th gen, now with the 4th gen, they are pretty similar to the 3rd gen, to be honest, but they got a more enhanced speaker. So when you've got music playing, then we can have it. It just sounds better from the 4th gen as well. Also, though, because we've actually got 3. So you got this one up here, and I got this on Amazon Prime sale a couple of weeks back. But we've also got the one downstairs in the lounge with the clock, so we'd like to see what the clock is, and also we've got the one 3rd gen in the bedroom as well to control basically. So if I'm here, then I can control the bedroom lights without anyone coming in here. But the thing is, they can all talk to each other as well. So you've got some music playing, and you want it to be all over the house. You can get all the Echo Dots, all the Echoes, playing them all at the same time. So you've got music all over the house. They are so much fun, and they also, I say they're fun, they also can entertain you with a joke. So should we try that one? Alexa, tell me a joke.
What kind
Did
of
you hear about the fire?
Alexa, stop.
Cloudy with a chance of brains.
Oh, hang on, Alexa. You have to tell us another joke. Alexa, tell me a joke.
Did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? The food is okay, but it has no atmosphere.
Oh,
That was, I just did that, and look, I completely pressed the wrong button. That was my big moment, and I blew it. But these Alexas are absolutely great fun. I say they're in the carousel. This one's now $49.99, which I think is about the same as I paid for it in the sale, but well worth it. They are great. You can turn the volume up and down. If you're worried about Alexa or Echo Dots listening to you when you don't want to listen to, you can actually switch them off here as well. So it's all good. They should just trigger with the word Alexa. But they do sometimes just. It's unnerving when you're sitting there not saying anything, and then suddenly the light comes on, whirls around the bottom. You think, but no, they are great, and to say particularly in these times where we want to be very careful on our energy. Joking aside, we can control our heating remotely. We can use it. We've got the app, the Alexa app, as well as the voice control, so we can do all sorts of things with Alexa. So yeah, so if you've not got one yet, then you should definitely try one out, because they are great fun, and the kids are going to love them as well. So you can get them doing all sorts of kid-friendly things.
Well, I mean, as far as kids are concerned, homework, they can get the facts just by asking Alexa, and then if they need more information, they can ask you. So I'm just gonna
they'd be lucky.
Just let me change this up. Okay. Right. Okay. So we're going to come to the question in a second, but that's the Echo Dot. And the problem we have is that Nick's got multiple Alexas, I've got multiple Alexas, and every time we say Alexa, they're here. The only way we could get around that is by wearing headphones. My headphones are being charged at the moment, so can't do that. Right. Okay. Now, where were we? Oh, where are we? I think we're on question 7, aren't we?
Question
okay.
7,
So let's do question 7 on screen. And question 7 is, who co-directed Monty Python and the Holy Grail and solely directed Life of Brian and Monty Python's The Meaning of Life? All together now. 3, 2, 1. Terry
Jones. No, Terry Gilliam.
I thought it was Gilliam.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
Don't do that to me. I'm Terry Gilliam.
Yeah.
No,
Terry Jones.
Oh, well, sorry about that, Nick.
No, that's
okay.
Right. It was Terry. It was one of the Terrys.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right. Question 8. Which of these movies contains a scene in which 2 paramedics want to do a live organ? Sorry, I'll start again. Which of these movies contains a scene in which 2 paramedics want to do live organ transplants? Is that Monty Python's The Meaning of Life? And now for something completely different. Is it Monty Python and the Holy Grail, or is it Monty Python's Life of Brian? And I think we can probably rule out 2 of those because they're more historic than anything else. But if you do know the answer, do pop it in the comments. And while we ponder, Stephen, what's next in the carousel?
Right, next in the carousel. Next is the most stylish set of headphones that you could ever purchase. It is the Aftershokz Aeropex, and these are they. If I put them in front of the screen, the thing about these is that they are amazingly lightweight. They weigh 26 grams. In the UK, we would say that is less than a bag of crisps. But in the States, obviously, it's going to be less than a bag of chips. 26 grams is the weight. So they are very lightweight. And the thing is, you can put these headphones on, and I've got to be honest here, I forget that I'm wearing them. Yeah. Now, I go out at 11:30 every morning, and I walk for 90 minutes. So between 5 and 6 miles every day. And I'm wearing these headphones, and I've paired them with my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And I've gone into Amazon Music, which is there. So I go into Amazon Music. I pick my favorite tracks once Amazon Music loads, of course. It's right. Okay. I pick my favorite tracks. Just go down and okay, my soundtrack, and I can now listen. If I switch the headphones on, there's just an on-off switch there, and I can listen to rock music. I'm connected now, and whilst I'm talking, I'm listening to this. So I apologize for shouting. Okay, but this, I'm going to stop it. Okay, all right, sanity back. Okay, but the sound quality through these is absolutely brilliant. Now, these do not go into your ear, and this is very important. It means it's a safety feature. basically, if you're out wearing these, not only will you look stylish, but you can hear the person next to you, which means you can carry on a conversation. You can press the button to switch the music off if you want, but you don't need to. Angelica's got her own set of headphones from Aftershocks, and we both go for a walk, and we're both listening to our own music because we've got different tastes, and we go faster because we're listening to music. Now, we live in the UK, and it's very important that anything you wear is waterproof. These headphones are totally waterproof. I was out the other day and it was pouring down, raining cats and dogs, as we say in the UK, and the headphones just carried on working, no problem at all. The way that it works is this: they go over your ear, so they don't go into your ear canal, but the sound is transferred through your skull to your inner ear, which is where all sound ends up, wherever it comes from. And the quality is not hi-fi, but it's very good quality. When I'm listening to rock music, it's absolutely perfect. Now, these headphones, you can receive calls. If somebody rings you, you just need to press the button once, and you can voice dial using the assistant, and you can just say the number and it will be dialed. And we've tested both that, Angelica and I, and it just simply works. When I'm 10 minutes away from home after being walking for an hour and a half, I sort of dial Angelica and say, put the kettle on, and she does. So that works well. Okay. Aftershocks are a respected brand. I've actually seen Aftershocks in action in Farnborough, which is a brilliant city. It's not far from where I live, in actual fact. In fact, it's where Nick lives.
Yeah.
And we went to an exhibition in Farnborough, the home of aviation, by the way. We saw the full Aftershocks range. I saw these Aeropex. I made a note to add them to my Amazon wish list. I'm glad I did. My previous pair of Aftershocks are here, and they came in this pouch. And I can tell you the difference because the ones I'm wearing now came in this pouch, and they're a lot smaller. Okay, now they've been tested. The headphones work up to 40 feet away from your mobile phone. Pairing on Bluetooth is simple and straightforward. It just shows as Aftershocks Aeropex. And once you've paired, then you can listen to your favorite podcast or your favorite tracks in Amazon Music and just go for a walk, a run, jog, cycle. These are perfect for cycling. Okay, they're stable. They don't fall off. You're not going to lose them. I've lost count of the number of earbuds that I have lost where I've only got one left. These are headphones. They are comfortable. They are lightweight. They last for 8 hours on a charge. I charge them before I go out every night and simply use them throughout the following day, listening to music, whether I'm in a house or I'm out and about, and they're perfect for out and about. As I say, I road test them an hour and a half every single day of the week, and the sound is great. Okay, lightweight, Aftershocks Aeropex for the win. And it's back to our stage. And on our stage at the moment, you can see me and Nick. Hello.
Hello.
Right, I'm gonna wear these for the rest of the show. Okay. Right.
Good.
So we're back to the quiz. Back to the quiz again. And
Okay. So question 8 was, which of these movies contains a scene in which two paramedics want to do live organ transplants? Is it Monty Python's Meaning of Life? Is it And Now for Something Completely Different? Monty Python's and the Holy Grail, or Monty Python's Life of Brian? Have you got an inkling there, Stephen? Are you leaning towards one or the other?
Okay, I would go for The Meaning of Life, but I've got an inkling that that's wrong.
No, I think that's right as well.
Right.
I'll
Okay.
back you up on that one. Yeah.
So we're going to go with my inkling.
Yeah, go for it.
3, 2, 1, go. Whew. Okay. Getting one wrong's allowed. Getting more than one wrong, not good. Okay. In Monty Python's The Meaning of Life, what is the name of the morbidly obese man that eats in a posh restaurant? Is it Mr. Creosote, Mr. Jared, Mr. Biggs, or Mr. Piecrust? If you know the answer and you're watching on Amazon Live, Facebook, or YouTube, type the answer in and you'll feature on screen, and you may even get on the snake. And if you've not seen the snake, I shall put the snake on screen while Nick introduces his next product.
Absolutely. Yes, I have to say this is rather disappointing because I made a couple of comments, Stephen, and I've not got on the snake. So there's something commented with on Amazon for that, but that's all right. The snake is growing, so that's the main thing. Okay, last thing on the carousel from me is the Purple Panda Lavalier lapel microphone. This is the one right now, and this is one you can hear me through as well. This is it's actually part of a kit, the Purple Panda. So first thing to know is it's not like it is, it's an omnidirectional lapel microphone, and it's really important to get really good audio and Stephen will back me up on this, and because particularly as we're on Amazon. So if you're on Amazon, you're watching us and we're talking about things in the carousel, you click the carousel, that opens a tab in a new browser. You then look at the product, hopefully in this case, the Purple Panda, but you can still hear us talking and telling you about it as well. So you're listening to us while you're reading, but we're still on video. So kind of like counterintuitive, but audio is probably more important than video in my view, because people will forgive you poor video if they can hear you nice and clearly. So that's why it's always good to try and get as good at audio as you can. And this microphone, it really does do the trick. Now, a couple of reasons why I bought it was because I went up to Yorkshire, which I believe is quite a long way north for me, because I wanted to see my northern family, and also I wanted to take my GoPro Hero 4, which I've got some, which seems to have escaped its case. Here it is. And actually use this now. The Hero 4, let me tell you, this is 6 years old, the old GoPro Hero 4. And back in 6 years ago, it shot in 4K widescreen, high definition, still does today. But what was absolutely awful was audio. You couldn't have audio without plugging the microphone in. So I wanted to actually go and shoot some video using this, and I wanted to plug in a lapel microphone. So that's why I bought the Purple Panda, because as part of its little kit, it has this. This is the mini USB to 3.5mm jack again. So just quickly show you. So with the GoPro 4, we just open up the side. There's a little socket there. We just plug that in like so. Super simple. And then we've got the little jack ready to go. Now, obviously I've got this is plugged in already, but one of the things it also comes with is just under 10 foot of extension cable. So we'll just demonstrate using that. So it just plugs in, and with the Purple Panda, it is very important to make sure it clicks, otherwise it won't work. That worked a treat. Now, the thing is, if you're out and about, and I was in my excitement to test the microphone up on Digley Reservoir, which is up in the high part of England, high-ish, and it was windy, and I forgot to put this on. This is the fluffy windshield, or the dead cat as we refer to it in the trade. And so basically you take your little lapel mic guard off, pop the fluffy windshield on instead, and that then captures or like dissipates the wind noise, so you get back to your voice again. Now, what I didn't realize, well, two things. One, in my my haste, I didn't put it on, but actually the results were really good, even on a windy day up at the reservoir. But what I didn't realize until after, I'm busy reading all the reviews and looking at all the questions, this is really popular, this kit, with motorcycle vloggers. And I understand why, because they've got plenty of cable. They got the fluffy windshield, so they can pop the microphone in their crash hats, and then they can talk, and they're going to be heard beautifully, but also you're going to get that background roar of their motorcycle engine as well. So really cracking little set here. And as I say, we got it's got the adapter, which I showed you earlier, going from the 2 points to the 3 points. Very important to pop that in, otherwise you won't get heard. And I'm actually using it to plug in to the back of the Mac, because I've got a 3.5mm jack to USB socket adapter. So that is how that is working through the Mac. Now, it might be the case that a bit like me, back in the good old days. So we've got this one. This is the iPhone 6s Plus, and in the good old days, they had a little jack socket there that you could just pop your microphone in as well. Nowadays, there is no such hole, so we need one of these. These are in the little carousel as well, and this is your little fire cable that you plug in. Then you got the 3.5mm jack. Then you can plug in your lapel microphone, and then you can actually record onto your cell phone. And I think that's pretty much the same for iPhones and Android phones. I think they've all pretty much ditched that little 3.5mm jack. So you do need one of those, or so that's for an iPhone. You probably need the Android counterpart if you're a Samsung. Actually, Stephen probably can tell you that as well. But as microphones go, I'm super happy with it. Poor Yeti. I'm not using the Yeti anywhere near as much as I was, but the Yeti is still going to be there. We never say goodbye to the Yeti ever, but yeah.
No.
Super. It's a great microphone. We got, so with the extension cable and this cable, because this cable is about just, well, this cable is just under 5 foot. So you've got a smidge under 15 feet of cable for that price. I think is great, and the quality is amazing. And from getting it right yesterday after my aborted attempt at creating video with it directly through the Mevo Start, the quality from the Mevo Start, using that as well, uploaded it into DaVinci Resolve to edit, and it was crystal clear. So fantastic, really good little microphone.
Brilliant. Okay, now hopefully there's still only one of me. That's good.
Yep.
It is a great microphone. It's down in both of our carousels, and do, if you are recording video on your mobile phone, do use an external mic like the one that Nick has demonstrated, because it makes all the difference to the quality of the sound. Which brings us back to the quiz. And the quiz. All right, question 9. In Monty Python's The Meaning of Life, what is the name of the morbidly obese man that eats in a posh restaurant? Is it Mr. Creosote, Mr. Jarrett, Mr. Biggs, or Mr. Piecrust? Do you have an inkling, Nick?
I think it's Mr. Piecrust, if memory serves.
Yeah, my instincts go with Mr. Piecrust as well. So let's do it. No.
Oh, Mr. Creosote.
Okay, that's one apiece.
Ooh.
It's even. Question 10, Nick.
Oh, well, we're okay on this one, I think. So our final question for Monty Python is, in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Arthur and his followers encounter what kind of white animal that defends the cave of Cairn Banog? Is it an owl, a ferret, a rabbit, or a sheep? What's defending the cave of Cairn Banog?
I don't know, Ken. Let's think about that. And whilst we're thinking about it, I'd like you to look at the Obspot Tiny, which is down in the carousel now. This is the Obspot Tiny 4K. This is a 4K camera, and I've got a collection of them. Obspot, I've got two. I've got two Obspot. I've got the Obspot that you can see now, but the first thing about an Obspot is that it has 3 presets. So if I go here, you can see the desktop, and this is my desktop. This is what an Obspot looks like. You have a lens on top, then you have a twin axis gimbal, 2-axis gimbal underneath that, the body. It's USB-C, so it plugs directly, USB-C to USB-A, plugs directly into your PC or Mac, and is recognized straight away. I need to go up a bit so you can actually see it. There you are. That's in all its glory. Now, as far as size is concerned, you can see it is less than 3 inches in height. It is the perfect camera because you can go to me. Okay, you can go to the desktop. Now, we're broadcasting today, and we're in the UK, and it is pretty dark outside, so I can't show you the garden. I can only show you a reflection of me. Normally, you'd see the garden, but today we can't, so it's come back to me. And That's okay. I mean, we've basically in the UK, we've had a clocks change. Your clocks change next weekend. Ours just changed yesterday. We're still getting used to being dark at night, but it does mean that when we go live, we can't actually show you outside. So I'm going to have to rework, because I can have 3 presets with this camera, and I'm going to have to rework them. Okay, but the magical thing about the OBSBot is it is the one that we're looking at is 720, 1080, and 4K. So there's another 4K camera, but it's 4K camera with a difference. It's $269. It's down in the carousel right now. Now, I'm going to show you something, but you should know the last time I did this, the last 2 times I've done this, it's not worked straight away. Shall we go for it?
Love it.
Press a button, and hopefully, if I stand up, I'm going to move back a minute. Okay, and I'm going to stand up. Okay. Yes, it worked first time. Hooray! Okay, you don't know how relieved I am. Still wearing the headphones, by the way, because they're only 26 grams. The thing about the OBSBot is that it's on a 2-axis gimbal. It's also got AI, which will track you. It's got tracking software built in. So as I move around, the camera will actually track as I'm moving, and it will do its best to actually frame me so that I'm in the center of the screen and I've got headroom. So I don't need to worry about that. I can move about. Behind me, you've got a photography backdrop and a Phototek green screen, both down in my carousel. But the beautiful thing about this is it's ideal for conferences. We looked at the Nexigo, which can have 5 people on screen at the same time, spread out. The thing about this one, though, I'm just going to relax for a moment because we're getting towards the end of the broadcast. I want to say a big thank you for actually watching us live today on my page and on Nick's page. We appreciate being here. There are only 6 Brits on Amazon Live out of thousands of broadcasters, and we are happy and proud and privileged to be 2 of the Brits that actually broadcast on Amazon Live, and I'm glad that you're actually watching this today. It's a great camera because it can track. Now, if you turn the camera upside down, put it on tracking, put it on a bracket on the wall, then it can track what's happening on the stage. As the teacher actually presents a lesson using a whiteboard, the camera will follow their every action. You can record it. It's also got a fast action mode. Now, I'm not going to do any fast actions, but if you've got somebody who's demonstrating in gym, running or running a 100-yard race, then this camera will actually track them. But as far as conferences are concerned, put this camera in the center of the conference table, and the person controlling it with the software, as I've been doing earlier, can actually move from the first speaker to the second speaker to the 5th speaker and back again. And the one central microphone, which has noise cancellation, will pick up their voices clearly. So if you're on a Zoom call and you've got 5 people and you're broadcasting out to Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, wherever you want to go, then one camera can actually show 5 people on the screen once at a time, or all together if you zoom out. It has 4 times zoom, okay? It is 4K down there. See, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm not looking at the screen. I'm trying not to look at the screen. I'm concentrating on the camera. OBSBot are brilliant. I've got 2 OBSBots. I've shown you the one which was on the desktop. That is the 1080p model. This is the 4K model. They're both down in the carousel. The difference between them is the one you're looking at now is 4K and 4 times zoom. The other one is 2 times zoom and 1080p. Both are very capable. OBSBot, a reputable company. The thing I like about them is that they are continually updating 2 lots of software. One is the firmware, and the other is the desktop app, which you can download to actually control both cameras. And it's just well designed. And if you join me at 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, then no. Oh, it's that week. It's the week when there's only a 4-hour time difference between the UK and the East Coast of the States. So tomorrow, you can join me if you wish at 12 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. in the UK. Nick, what time are you live tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'll be live at 1 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK.
Brilliant. Okay, so you can catch us both tomorrow at different times, so 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. So you can watch 2 hours of British broadcasting, not from the BBC, but from Steve and Nick on Amazon Live. And I'm going to go back to Nick and the quiz. And this is question, wait for it, 10.
10. Fantastic. Actually, I might go a bit earlier as well tomorrow, maybe 10 a.m. Eastern. Who knows? Question 10 now. In Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Arthur and his followers encounter what kind of white animal that defends the cave of Cir Banog? Is it an owl, a ferret, a rabbit, or a sheep?
If you know, have we got any answers coming in? First of all, I want to say hello to Ephraim. I see you later today. And also to One Day at a Time, saying hello. And what time where do you live in the UK? I will both answer that if we can. I live in Devizes in Wiltshire, which is close to Stonehenge. Nick?
I live in Farnborough, the home of British aviation, where we had our first powered flight, followed by our first powered crash in an aeroplane. Fantastic. Our claim to fame.
Brilliant. Do you have an answer to this question, Nick? Because this is the only one I don't know.
Oh, I am torn between a rabbit and a sheep. I'm pretty certain it is a white rabbit.
Perfect. Whoa. Well, we're going to be. Well,
I'll tell you what.
We've got a B.
Not bad. We should have got an A, but hey.
Oh, it should. We got so close to getting an A, but we did get 8 out of 10. The average score is 7.22. 118,154 people have actually played. We've been using, with permission, triviaplaza.com to actually show us this quiz. We want to say thank you to the owner of Trivia Plaza, and let's take that off full screen, come back and see how many cameras we've got now. Oh, we've still got 3. That's good. So if I go over here, we can hide the quiz. We've got 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Brilliant.
Okay. I think that's good. I really do. Actually, do you know what, Stephen? I was just thinking I'm going to go 5 p.m. UK, but actually we're also going to do a shorter one at 3 p.m. UK. So that'll be 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to really dial in on the Mevo start and do like a half an hour tutorial on that, I think. So.
Brilliant. Okay, now, yeah, the snake will be back. The snake is back today at, I've got to work this out now. Back at 3:30 Eastern, which is 7:30 in the UK. And Ephraim and myself and Grant and Daniel will be there. Also on Wednesday, something to look out for is this. If I go along here, and hopefully I'll find it. I've got to find it. I can't not. Okay. Okay. On Wednesday, at 1 p.m. Eastern, it's the Be Live birthday party hosted by Ephraim, who's been commenting on over on Amazon Live, and you'll meet Daniel Meyer, who is the CEO of Be Live, and also you will actually be meeting the CTO, Sophia, and our fellow Brit, Grant Saunders, all live on Wednesday. So with that, let's bring up this photograph. I've not shown this for a while, just to balance things up a bit. Okay, we're not going to play the video. Now, we had problems with the snake. If you didn't make it to the snake today, we'll find out what was going on. Nick, it's over to you.
That's it. We'll give you a free snake tomorrow. Don't worry. I think it's just the snake was only working with Facebook and YouTube today for some weird reason. But say lovey. These things happen. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the quiz. Stephen and I will be back the same time. No, we won't be the same time. It will be back to 11 a.m. Eastern next Monday for more quiz. But as I say, you can catch us. We live stream every day anyway, so you can catch us on our live streams. So until tomorrow, I can't make it tonight because I've got a Zoom call, but I think I'm a guest on Wednesday. So looking forward to that. The Be Live birthday party. I'm sure the snake will be in full flow then as well.
I hope so. I do hope so.
So until tomorrow, until most of you later, but until next week, take care, guys. Lovely seeing you.
Bye.